Hello everyone. Welcome to Beast World tonight. Welcome and hello to everyone. Lexus Chen. It's my honor to be the MC for you for tonight's sharing. So great to see all our audience here. Thank you so much. So I saw many of our audience from Indonesia, right? Also from Cambodia and for the Pacific, right? Okay, Oceania, Pacific, and also some of you from Africa, and more audiences now joining. Thank you so much. So please leave the message in the live chat for where are you, and also say hello to everyone. Thank you so much. And today for tonight's sharing, our main channel is in English. So if you can listen to English, then please stay in the main channel. And if you can speak Bahasa Indonesia and you want to listen Bahasa Indonesia, just select the language on the right corner, the button, select interpretation Bahasa Indonesia. And also Khmer from Cambodia, also you can select the language, okay? So hope you can enjoy tonight. And for tonight, what we are sharing is very important for you. It's about a kind of your lifestyle, okay? So in the modern life, we have many ways we can taste the different food from around the world, okay? For example, when I was young, I have no choice. I can only take some simple fruits and vegetables. But right now, today, I can have hot pot. And tomorrow, I can have some French fry or beef steak. And the next day, I can try the Japanese sushi. I have a lot of choice. But do you concern one thing? It's whether you are overeating, because we have a lot of options, but you don't control your mouth, so you will try and also you will eat a lot. And if you keep continue in this manner, overeating will find you and a lot of problems will come. So it's very important for us to know what we are eating, and also the important is about the digestion. Okay, you eat a lot, but whether you already your body already absorb what kind of nutrient and the nutrients your body needs. Okay, so it's for your body or for your mouth, you need to consider. And the second, after we eat a lot, whether the detoxification is good for your body. Yeah, because you overeating, so you need to find a way to detox the waste in your body, and also how to keep optimal digestive and for your body health. Okay, so all this it's really important for you. So if you like this topic, please share this Zoom to your friends or your loved one, okay, to let them to know more about this. And also we are also available in YouTube, so please share this information to your prospect. Okay, so today it's so lucky we will invite an expert, okay, who have more than 30 years experience on anti-aging researching. And this gentleman is also one of our Bespoke Smart Lab panel. Okay, so let's welcome Dr. Fernando Cortizo.
Hey,
welcome, Dr.
hi. Can you hear me well? Hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear?
Hello,
can hear me? Yeah.
Dr. Fernando.
Hi.
Yeah, great to meet you here. And also, it's our honor to invite you to share this important information to the audience from around the world. Thank you so much. And also, for today's topic is about the optimum digestive health. So Dr. Fernando will take his knowledge to show you more. Okay, if you have any question about today's topic, please leave the message in the live chat. Then after Dr. Fernando sharing, we will have a question and answer session. And Dr. Fernando will help to answer your question and give you more tips about your health. Okay, so please leave the message, no matter in English or Bahasa Indonesia, you can just leave the message. And also, if you are convenient, then we will also pick you to ask your question in live. Okay, for Dr. Fernando to help you to answer. Okay, so we cannot wait anymore. Dr. Fernando, please start your sharing today.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's very exciting to be here tonight. I can see that we're getting our regular friends coming to join us and some new people as well. So it's really fantastic because we have so much information that we want to share. And a lot of that information is very important for you to be able to have a good control on your lifestyle, good control on your health, and good control on your future. So today, I want to talk about intestinal health, or what we call optimal intestinal health. Now, this is a very, it's not a popular topic because it it means that we have to talk about our intestinal system. And often people are very shy. I found in many different countries, people are very, very shy to talk about what happens inside their bodies, right? They become somewhat shy and don't want to talk about intestinal health because it involves also talking about feces or poo. It involves talk about what happens internally. So people are sometimes, they're very reluctant, very shy. But I have to tell you, this is a very important topic because in essence, it can bring together all the knowledge that we've had for many years and we've been talking about in the last few weeks. The gastrointestinal system, actually the gut, as we call it, or the digestion system, is, believe it or not, central to the health of the body. Now, we started working on intestinal health many years ago. The first time we worked with this, that was in the 1985, and we wrote a paper, a scientific paper, where we found that we thought that children with autism had digestive problems, right? So in other words, we had evidence, we had scientific evidence that seems to show that it was a gastrointestinal problem which created the problems with autism. And then after that, we actually started in Malaysia, in fact, in Kuala Lumpur in 1990 to give a message about digestive health and gastrointestinal health. So I have many publications that I'm going to make sure that you are able to reach the place to go for publications and scientific papers that I have. Go to academia. Okay, you put my name in academia.eu, which means academia.education. And then you will find many of these papers. We talked about intestinal health, talk about many different topics. I have around 300, maybe 400 publications that you can access, you can read, and then you can find of great value that will be very important for you. But let's share the information today. So we're going to talk about gastrointestinal health, and I want to share this with you so you have a clear picture about optimum digestive health. It's very important, and it involves the gastrointestinal system. Okay, so we have to talk about the mouth, we have to talk about your throat, we have to talk about your stomach, right? We have to talk about the small intestinal system, which is the one in the back here, right? And we have to talk about the large intestinal system, okay? Or what we call the colon, right? So it's very important that we learn how does health relate to having an optimum gastrointestinal system or an optimum gut, right? That will be able to give you extremely good health. Okay, now remember, as always, we say that we don't provide medical advice. It's not intended. I don't want to give you medical advice, but I want to share all this information for educational purposes to help you to be able to make good decisions about your lifestyle and then to improve your well-being. Now, if you need medical advice, refer to your family doctor or medical practitioner, as always, okay? So this is very important that you keep in mind. So what is the digestive health? Let's talk about this. So we have more times for questions and answer. We'll try to go a bit quicker. What gut health talks about, describes, right, is the function and the balance of bacteria of the many parts of the gastrointestinal tract. Specifically, the organs that we talked about is the esophagus, the stomach, and intestines. And they all work together to allow us to eat and digest food without discomfort, okay? So some people say that gut health refers to physical state and physiological function of the many parts of the gastrointestinal tract, because the gastrointestinal system is so big, so complex, and so long, okay? Whatever keeps that system, all right, in a good function state, we say that the gastrointestinal system or the gut is showing optimal digestive health, okay? So remember, it's just not a simple system. It's very complex, and it involves many moving parts, many parts. And I'm going to discuss them for you to see how relevant they are to our ideas, to our programs, and to our health. So what does a human digestive system do? Now, people always relate digestive system specifically to digestion of food, right? So this is really what majority of people be thinking about. They say, okay, no big deal, right? So human digestive system is digestion, all right? We're just digesting food. Now, let me tell you that it goes a lot further than that. There's a lot more to the digestive system than just processing of food. But the main function of the human digestive system is, in fact, to digest food. Because if we don't digest the food, we don't absorb the nutrients that we need. And of course, we will not survive. Although today, you can survive with what they call parenteral nutrition, which is, in fact, they either put a tube down your nose directly into your stomach to feed you directly, okay, without digestion, basically, or you can have intravenous IV nutrition, which actually can keep you alive. But that's not really the way that we think about nutrition. That is not a normal nutrition. That is an emergency type of nutrition. Okay, so the human digestive system, remember, controls absorption as well. So it will control how you absorb food, how you absorb vitamins and minerals, and then different elements that come into your mouth. Also, it will absorb toxins, pollution, poisons, right? Racun, right? It will absorb other things that are part of what you put in your mouth. So not everything that goes into the mouth is good for you, okay? And so some things like McDonald's, okay? Well, I have to tell you, I like McDonald's, especially McDonald's chicken. But I understand that this food is not really the best for us. It should be taken occasionally. So even if you take fast food, that also goes through your digestive system and is absorbed as well, okay? Now, we also use the gut to remove toxins and waste material, okay? It's very important, okay? But one of the most important roles, believe it or not, I'm telling you, the number one center to teach the body immunity, okay? The number one center is not the blood, it's not the white cells, it's not the spleen, if you know what the spleen is, right? Is in fact the gastrointestinal system. We learn immunity from the gut. It's true. The first steps for us to learn immunity comes through the gastrointestinal system, through your mouth, right? So the gastrointestinal system is very critical, because if you have a good balance in your digestion, your immune system will be perfect. But if you have a poor balance you have problems in your digestive system, your immunity can either be too much, causing allergies, causing irritability, what we call irritable bowel syndrome, or a lot of diarrhea, allergies to different things, or we have very poor immunity. So the human digestive system is very important because it teaches your body on how to balance and control immunity. Okay, it's the number one center in your body. So remember, this is not an easy task, not simple. It is very important. So your immunity center, to help you to survive in the world, to fight disease, is centered around your gut. So whatever you do to your gut is going to influence your immunity as well. And we know it's a protective barrier. It protects the body from what's outside, from the food that we absorb, okay, and from bacteria that come into the body and so on. So it's a very important place. Now, let's talk about the gastrointestinal system in this manner. Now, roughly, what you see here is a description of the gut, okay? Now you can see it here on the right-hand side of the picture, in a more standard way, where you have the esophagus, the mouth is here, then you have the stomach in this side. People think that the stomach is on the front of the body here, which is not, is it? Actually, the stomach is slightly on the left side, just below the rib cage, just below your lungs, and there it is. But what's in front of you is actually your liver. And your liver is right in front of your body, okay? In this position. Then you have the small intestinal system, and then you have the large intestinal system, which is what we call the column, leading to the rectum and the anus here, okay? Now this is, in itself, it is one continuous hollow system, right? Just remember that the intestinal system is not inside your body, it's outside. Because although it's internal into your body, it always is outside your body. It's not in your bloodstream, it's not inside your lungs, okay? It's in fact internal to your body. Now, I hope you make the difference. Internal to your body, but it's outside your body, okay? So we see here on the left-hand side, food and water enters your mouth around here. So the first step in digestion is saliva. So saliva is very important. This is why you have to keep food in your mouth and actually chew your food more times than you like. Some people suggest there's about 10, 15, 20 times per bite, right? So to produce the saliva, and the saliva starts the digestion process. There are many enzymes in the saliva which start the digestive process. So the food will go down esophagus and into the stomach, where you have acid. And the stomach has very strong hydrochloric acid, which will digest food, will digest protein and other things to allow you to continue with digestion. And once everything is processed in the stomach, it goes further into the small intestinal system, where your liver and gallbladder produce what we call bile, right? And the bile comes into the small intestinal system, and it flows together with the food down this pathway, okay? Now, how long do you think this is? Let me tell you, some estimates are that from your mouth to your anus, okay, you're talking about possibly 10 meters, okay? 10 meters long. Now, it could be longer. Some animals have 12 meters, 14 meters. A lion has very short gut because it's primarily carnivorous. They eat meat, and meat should not stay in the body very long, right? Because it's not healthy for the body like that. So the intestinal system of the lion is about 2 or 3 meters. But people like us, which are mixed vegetarians we eat vegetables plus we eat meat in small amounts, we're supposed to have a long intestinal system right? Which allows the digestion to happen. So as the food goes through your system, is processed by the acids in there, by the saliva that came in, by the bile, okay? And there is peristaltic activity, which is in fact, it's called peristalsis, right? Which is the movement, a movement of contraction that allows the food to travel down, okay? And it goes all the way to your large colon, which is here. You can see it here, right? It starts here, right? From the small intestinal system on this side, goes all the way up, transverse, and then down the colon into your rectum and your anus, okay? So the food has to travel all that way. And then as it travels that way, it gets processed, it gets digested, it gets acted upon by the acid and by the bacteria, what we call bacteria microflora. Now, this is a very important term. What is digestion? Digestion is not acids, right? The digestion is driven, is run by a massive number of bacteria that live inside our intestinal system, right? Now, I know that you already heard this concept before because it's not a new concept, but these bacteria perform the most important job, right? They regulate everything that happens in the intestinal system. They control our immunity, right? And they help the body to function, to absorb food, to absorb nutrition. They actually make nutrition themselves, okay? And then at the end of the day, we produce feces and waste, essentially. But keep in mind what I'm telling you, it's a very long system, it's very complex, it's integrated into one unit, continuous unit, right? From the beginning to the end. It's internal to your body, but it's outside your body, technically, because it doesn't, there's no blood in the intestinal system. There shouldn't be any blood. It's actually outside. It's almost like we swallow this rubber, hollow rubber, which goes all the way through, right? And so it has to be maintained with integrity and maintained in good health. Now, what's inside the gut? There are digestive juices. We spoke about this already. Digestive juices are acids, are enzymes, okay? Saliva is a digestive juice, bile juices from the gallbladder. They're enzymes which actually trying to chew or to eat at the proteins and the fruit and everything else we eat. There's water, there's mucus, which is a combination of bacteria and protein from the gastrointestinal system. And we have around 100 trillion bacteria, okay? Now, there are more bacteria in the body than human cells, okay? This is what I'm telling you. There's more bacteria in your intestinal system than you have cells in the body. It's 100 trillion bacteria. It's a very big number. The ratio is 85% of these bacteria are good, 15% are bad. This is why I describe it for you here, the good guys and the bad guys in here. I don't know if it's clear, but 85% of the bacteria in your intestinal system are good, 15% are normally not good for you or bad, but they are maintained under control by the good bacteria. Now, so here we talked about intestinal microflora. So intestinal microflora is the group of bacteria that lives inside your intestinal system, okay? So that's the term we call intestinal microflora. There are over 400 types of bacteria, roughly. Remember I said it was 1 trillion in number? 100 trillion, but there are 400 types of bacteria, okay? It's very complex, it's a very amazing system. And then as we go along, you're going to see how important it is for us to support this bacteria for good health. Now, they weigh approximately 1.5 to 2 kilograms, right? So let me tell you that you are in fact 2 kilograms lighter than you think you are, right? Your weight actually is around 2 kilograms less, because up to 2 kilograms of your weight, they are the bacteria that live inside your intestinal system, right? So good news, you're actually lighter, okay? Now, the number of organisms, as we said, 100 trillion. There are, I will tell you, this is a little bit complex, but what it says essentially is that some of these bacteria are permanent residents, okay? In other words, they live there permanently. They're permanent residents, right? They're no foreigners, right? They're common to be found. That's what they live, okay? Now, others are transient. They come for a short time and then they go, okay? So some of the other bacteria, they come for a short time, but then they go away. They don't live permanently in your intestinal system. So you either have, some of them are anaerobic. They don't need oxygen to survive. So in other words, some of the bacteria in there don't need oxygen, okay? Don't need to breathe oxygen, right? So, and the aerobic bacteria, they need oxygen. Sometimes they can do both things, right? Now they have different requirements. So these bacteria also, they need food, they need nutrition, because if you don't feed your good bacteria properly, they will become bad, right? They will die and they will become bad. So the bad ones will take over, okay? So the nutrition for the bacteria is very important. So in effect, my friend that did research with me for many years used to say to me, in reality, we don't feed the body. We feed the bacteria in our gut. And they, in turn, are the ones controlling the nutrition in the body. And it's actually true. So you have to feed the bacteria so that they can keep your gut in a proper state, right? So, but what are we going to give the bacteria to food? We cannot give them McDonald's, right? Bacteria don't like McDonald's. Bacteria need something very specific, and I will tell you what they need. Now, some of them stick very strongly to the gut. Some of them grow very fast. Some of them grow very slowly. So they're different, right? That's what I'm trying to tell you. There are different bacteria in a big number, okay? Now, what do? We know from many years of research that the digestive system and the bacteria in the digestive system, they do 4 things, okay? Number 1, they control metabolic and energy regulation. In other words, they control the production of energy and the metabolic activity of the body as well, okay? Number 2, they control nutrition. They control what we absorb into the body, and they also, the bacteria themselves, if you give them the right food, they will produce vitamins and nutrition for you, right? Now, I know you're thinking, what is this information? That is exactly what the truth is, that the bacteria we feed with our food, and then in turn, they change the food that we eat and produce the vitamins that we need, produce some of the amino acids that we need, okay? But they also allowed good vitamins and minerals and amino acids to come through the body. So not only do they produce some of those things for us, if we give them the right nutrition, also they can actually allow you to absorb better. And one of the things that they do is intestinal microflora, as we call it, the gut bacteria, is that they stimulate the immune system, okay? So how do you learn immunity? Now think about this. How do you learn immunity? You learn immunity from your mom, okay? When you're born, your immune system is not ready. You have no immunity, really, except for what you carry from your mom. But you develop immunity by drinking breast milk. And this is why it's so important to drink breast milk, for the baby to be breastfed, because the first steps in the first few hours of your life, okay, is to learn immunity, from mom, okay? This is very important. So these bacteria are established in the very early days of your life to help you to stimulate the immune system, okay? And also because there are soldier bacteria, right? Which actually protect you from bad bacteria, okay? and they protect you from pollution, and they protect you from carcinogens, and they protect you from bad chemical elements as well. So these bacteria are very important, but you have to feed them properly. You have to make them healthy so that they can in turn protect your body to the intestinal system, okay? So the interesting concept is, we think about bacteria as being all dangerous. The fact is that they are not, right? Bacteria, the majority are good for us. They're a friend to humans, right, and animals, okay? Now, if you look on this side here on the left, you see a normal gastrointestinal system, a normal wall of the intestinal system, and you see the different types of bacteria, right? You see the different types of bacteria, right? There's the round yellow ones, and you have the elongated green ones, and then you have the called diplococci, which are very common in there. And then the elongated, the red ones are in fact E. coli. And an E. coli is considered to be a bad bacteria, but in fact, it is a very common bacteria, right? It's a natural bacteria, which if this bacteria stayed on an intestinal wall, which is in good condition, in optimum condition, right? You have a good gastrointestinal function. You have no infections, you have no diarrhea, no constipation, you have no problem, okay? So they're supposed to exist, right? Like this, in combination, in harmony, like humans, right? We should exist without fighting, in harmony together. But if we change, I'll tell you this, if we change the acidity of the gastrointestinal system to a more neutral pH, that means we lower the acidity. So suddenly, this bacteria, which is called cocci, this is a cocci, right? The round yellow ones, they suddenly will take over. They will grow much faster than the others because the acidity conditions are not appropriate for all of them. So they will take over the wall and they will damage the intestinal walls. So while before they were happy to be here in harmony with the others, when you change the conditions of your gastrointestinal system from acidic to neutral, okay? Remember what I'm telling you, the gut is acidic, should not change it, right? It's acidic, and to keep it acidic, you need something, right? You need something very important. And what keeps the acidity in your intestinal system is fiber, okay? So fiber is super important because it will keep the environment in the gut normal. But if you change it, by changing your diet or having a bad diet, you allow pathogens, this is bad bacteria, to grow out of control, okay? And this is exactly how it happens. This is a real picture, a real micrograph, electron microscopy that shows you exactly what happens when you change the conditions of the gut, okay? Now, so what affects the colonic microflora and the digestive system? What affects? So there are many different things, okay? For example, the host factors, your factors which change digestive system and the microflora. Number one is acids, okay? The acids in your body will change, as I showed you before, how your gut functions, okay? But fatty acids play a very important role, right, in maintaining good health of the intestinal system. Enzymes, bile salts, movement, immunity, local immunity mechanisms. In other words, the local immunity is always working, okay? The contractions of your muscles, right, and movement of the gut keep things running properly. And the redox, which is the balance between acidity and neutrality, between acid and base, right? The redox has an effect on the microflora and of the digestive system, okay? Now, some of the bacteria, okay, have certain strengths, certain characteristics. And the bacteria can be antagonistic, symbiotic, or synergistic. It means they can work against you, they can work with you, right? In a symbiotic relationship, or the bacteria can help you to be better, in a better condition, right? So what affects the microflora and the gut, okay, are in fact diet. Okay, so the diet is the most important, right? Drugs, legal and illegal drugs, they all affect the gastrointestinal system. Alcohol has a very, very big effect, okay? A lot of antibiotics, so excessive antibiotics, become certainly a very big problem, right? Because you will see antibiotics destroying the gastrointestinal system, destroying the population of bacteria in the gut, okay, which now becomes populated, it gets controlled by bad bacteria, right? Pollution, stress has a very important effect too. So stress is always affecting your digestive system, and chemicals, okay? So what are the consequences of an unhealthy gut? So we have an unhealthy gut, so what happens? So we have a situation where your cell intoxication will increase. The bad elements on your diet, toxins, chemicals, will actually enter into the cells and will affect you more. Now you increase your risk of premature aging, okay? There is a suggestion now, believe it or not, there's a suggestion and there is evidence, right? That the bacteria in the intestinal system, and I saw last week the biggest paper, okay, the biggest publication, it controls your depression. Some bacteria can induce depression without you knowing, okay? They're also involved in Alzheimer's, okay? They're also involved in Alzheimer's, okay? An unhealthy gut can control your depression and induce Alzheimer's. A bad gut, an unhealthy gut, can cause ulcers in your body. It can induce or create poor nutrition. It can create allergies and skin problems, right? Which we see consistently, right? You see, it's what we call gut dysfunction, which means a bad gastrointestinal system, okay? Produced by chemicals, right? And certain types of nutrition. They create chemical intolerance. In other words, you become allergic to certain chemicals. You develop lactose intolerance, right? You become very concerned and very depressed. It affects your hormones, right? Leading to depression. There is indication that hyperactivity, ADHD in children and autism is related to a bad gastrointestinal system. Irritable bowel syndrome, okay? And then colonic irritation and CFS are all related to gastrointestinal system. And celiacs, of course, they have a very big issue with gastrointestinal health, which is controlled by the gut. And you have skin issues, right? You can always see that, right? Psoriasis is a typical example. So people who have psoriasis, they have a very unbalanced gastrointestinal system, right? They have irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, irritability in your gut, okay? So these are the consequences of an unhealthy intestinal system. So what can you do for your gut health? So this is a very important question. So what do we do? Now, you can lower your stress levels, okay? This is very important because it goes a long way in controlling your gastrointestinal problems. You can get enough sleep, try to sleep properly. You need to eat slowly, okay? You can improve your detoxification in different ways to help you to improve your gut health. Then you can take what we call a prebiotic or a probiotic, which are two categories of products which seem to help to have a good gut health. I'm going to explain this to you in 1 minute, okay? You can change your diet. Take a more natural diet, right? That it will help you to develop a healthy intestinal system. And one very important point is that you have to have high fiber food. which does not exist anymore. So the foods that we eat are very low in fiber, okay? Extremely low in fiber. I've been told, the supermarket foods in general, they have something like 20% of the fiber that they used to have 100 years ago, right? You need protein intake. Very important for good gastrointestinal health as well. Now, two important concepts, and I need to tell you this because this is very, very critical. So this is perhaps the most important slide that I'm going to show you today. There are two types. How do we regulate then the bacteria balance in the gut? Okay. Remember, we said you can do different things, right? You can eat a good food, good diet, you can relax, meditate, do whatever, right? But how do we do it? Now, what we try to do these days is we use two types of product. One is called a probiotic. And a probiotic is normally a capsule with live bacteria, right? So you have live bacteria, live good bacteria, like yogurt, right? Something like that, but in a capsule form. And then with a multiple bacteria, and then you consume that, hoping that the probiotics are going to change the balance of bacteria in your intestinal system, right? Now, in my experience, probiotics can be very effective. However, they have a lot of problems and limitations, a lot, okay? You can take a good bacteria, okay, in your body, but if you don't provide the right food to the bacteria, they are not going to stay there for long, okay? The good bacteria that you consume have to have the right environment to survive, right? And they have to have the right food to establish themselves in the gastrointestinal system. They need the right food and the right environment to survive, okay? So the good bacteria can work as long as you provide the right food for these bacteria. Now, there's another way, which I think is a better way, which is using prebiotics. Now, the prebiotics are a type of food or ingredients that the good bacteria use to grow and multiply, right? This is very interesting because it's all has been shown in scientific research and studies. You will see this information. Prebiotics are a very powerful class of food. The ingredients can actually help you to make your bacteria bigger in number and to grow and to multiply. Now, which ones are they? Which ones are prebiotics? Are fiber, inulin, and some of the ones we call oligosaccharides, right? So the best probiotic so far is fiber. Has all the clinical evidence, all the research, okay? And there are two types of fiber, soluble and insoluble fibers, right? So dietary fiber, remember what we're going to use it for. We're going to use dietary fiber to support the good bacteria in the gut as a food to the good bacteria in the gut, right? As a critical nutrition for the bacteria in your gut. And that is exactly what happens because you take low fiber nutrition, most of us do, we suffer because we affect the bacteria in our intestinal system. Now, both soluble and insoluble fibers, they have different benefits. Some of them create the bulk of the feces so that you have no constipation, okay? Some of the fiber supports your energy production and your metabolic activity. In other words, it can make your body function in a way to burn more energy, to burn more fat, to improve metabolism, okay? Now, the most important fiber for me is the one that acts as a prebiotic. In other words, it's the food that the good bacteria use to multiply, to grow, and control the intestinal system. And we have fibers for sugar control. In other words, the fiber will actually help your body to stop absorption of sugar, right? Especially for those that are diabetic, it's very important and very critical, okay? Now, we always look at the iSolution program because we feel that this program can assist you to provide all the elements that are necessary for a healthy gastrointestinal system. despite many different benefits that we spoke about in the past, the most significant benefit, I have discussed this before with you many times, is in fact to assist your intestinal system to function optimally. Okay, so we have a very important program which would allow us to maintain a healthy digestive system and also allow us to support fat and weight control, right? So we have a very good combination to the three ups and essential nutrients, right? We can increase energy production, detoxification, and to build muscle mass. Now, we know iSolution will assist you in relieving constipation, okay? Will improve your bowel regularity, okay? Will support the growth of beneficial bacteria and healthy digestive system naturally with ease without the need of other things. It will help you to maintain a normal weight. Two products we use, DFJ or the dietary fruit juice, will stimulate energy production and promote detoxification, right? And the components are very good quality, especially tropical fruit concentrates, antioxidants, vitamins, minerals, and above all, a combination of very good fiber, both soluble and insoluble, okay? Now, the dietary milkshake stimulates, further increases muscle protein. So in other words, it will help you to have more muscle protein and improve nutrition with the medium chain, the triglycerides. Both dietary fruit juice and dietary milkshake support a healthy tract. This is the most important part, that the combination of our program will help you to support a healthy gastrointestinal system with good quality fiber, some oligosaccharides, prebiotics, and they certainly are indicated and very good to include in a daily routine. Now, the components I've shown you before many times, these components, because I think that they're very important. And then you need to be aware what these products contain. You need to be aware what they do, okay? So for me, some people say that we can explain that the iSolution program, together with your 14-day calorie control program, right? And also exercise, is going to help you to maintain a healthy body, to lose fat, control your weight, okay? And improve your health, especially in questions of maintaining your appearance and also helping you to reverse the consequences of aging, right? In other words, help you in your anti-aging program. But in my mind, all components of the iSolution program are important, okay? They all do important things. However, I feel I could be biased. It means I have a certain inclination to think about bacteria as being so important that I think the fiber, which is soluble and insoluble, are very critical for this program because they will improve the function of gastrointestinal system and bring all the benefits of a good gut, which actually are quite substantial. In other words, you can even stimulate your metabolic activity, control your fat by improving the gut bacteria, right? By giving the bacteria the proper fiber. Now, the bacteria use the fiber as a food source, okay? And when the bacteria in your gut, they use the fiber that we have in our solution program, will generate what we call free fatty acids, will maintain acidity, high acidity in your gut, which is critical for the function of the gut, right? So this is just not just fiber. This is a substantial, important food for your gut microflora, for the gut bacteria, okay? Now, we also have other things like inulin. So inulin is one of the prebiotics that we use. I have long used inulin for many years in the past, perhaps 25 years by now. And we found inulin to be excellent in helping you to restore gastrointestinal function. If you have gastric problems, inulin is one of the things that we use to help you to support a good gut function, a good digestive function, okay? Now, we have a combination of antioxidants and powerful antioxidants and anti-inflammatories, which are very important to help you to control the activity of the gastrointestinal system, right? And as you know, we have the good quality protein, the tropical fruit powder, the medium chain triglycerides, which all assist, okay, in maintaining that balance, gastrointestinal balance that we are looking for, okay? And remember, these ingredients don't act alone. Nothing in life acts by itself, okay? When you add these ingredients in combination, and this is one of the reasons why I like to support iSolution, is because when you bring these ingredients together in this manner, you are not only bringing specific benefits from each ingredient, right? You're actually giving the body the best chance because you're allowing the microflora of the gut to grow in a much more healthy way, providing you with a healthy digestive system, okay? Which will impact you for many, many, many years and a long time to come. Now, what we know about fiber is that, and the research is very substantial, really substantial. I can give you hundreds of references, if not thousands of references, right? That eating dietary fiber, okay, is very critical for to maintain a healthy digestive system, okay? That eating protein is also essential, although for the vegetarians, I'll say that protein is not necessarily animal, okay? It could be plant protein as well, okay? So vegetarians don't have to miss out on this. They promote healthy bacteria. They help you losing weight. They improve detoxification and they optimize your metabolism. So you can control your fat and your weight, okay? This is all been greatly documented, which we will cover at another stage. So in a summary, I have to say that the program will help you to control your weight, help you to lose fat and shape up, help you to deal with the true causes of aging, improve detoxification and digestive function, improve your internal energy, and improve your muscle mass, mobility, and strength. So I think that if you're looking for a program that is going to bring you multiple benefits, this is the program, right? Truly. Now, I can go anywhere and take a vitamin pill, or I can take an antioxidant and so on, and I will have some benefits, of course. Everything has some form of benefit, right? But when you bring together all these components in one form and together in a plan, they will maximize your success, will maximize your ability to control your health, gastrointestinal health, and also to control your weight and sense of well-being. So I highly recommend it. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much for.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Fernando, for your sharing. Yeah, we already get a lot of information about your health, about the digestion, and also, so very key is that to remember, you need to take the ISO because the ISO is the product and the solution for your health, body health, okay, detoxification, and also anti-aging, and also help to boost up your immune system and metabolism and weight control. So if you join our previous sharing, you already got this information. Now, today, digestive health, okay, so very important for you and also for your family member. Okay, so as Dr. Fernando mentioned, we have the 40 days program. So this is basic. And we also have the maintenance program and also the detox program about the ISO product. So if you have any more interest, please contact our branches or to visit our website, www.beastworld.com, to know more about this amazing product. Okay, so right now I saw you already have a lot of questions here and so many things you want to ask Dr. Fernando. So no problem. If you still have more questions, just leave message on the live chat. Yeah, then we will pick the question and also to share to Dr. Fernando for his support for your answer. Okay, so let's pick some of the question first. Okay, so this question I already contact the our audience who sent this message privately. Okay, so the question is like that, Dr. Fernando. Okay, to maintain a healthy digestive system, so the fiber, to take fiber is very important, right? So when the people should take the fiber supplement? Okay, when after they taking too much food, or they don't feel well about their stomach, or any things, anytime they need to have this fiber for their life.
Well, I think when would they take the fiber? So the fiber should be present in almost every portion of food that we eat on a daily basis. It's almost like saying, should we eat nutrition? What time should we take nutrition, right? And then the answer is, there is not a time. It has to be part of your diet. In other words, whenever you eat something, it should have some fiber component to it, right? And then there are some people in the world which are constantly eating fiber from the ground. They use the roots on the betel nut, which causes problems, of course, as you know, in Papua. And betel nut chewing is in fact a way that they use to increase fiber, right, as well, among other things. So the answer is that you really need to introduce fiber in your diet constantly. Every time you eat something, you should have fiber. So if you are into the isolation program, you will get that fiber through the dietary fruit juice, right? You're going to get the fiber through the dietary milkshake, okay? And then if you want to supplement your fiber, which is not easy to find, let me tell you, fiber is not easy in the diet because the current food supply that we have has very low fiber content, right? And so you can add certain types of fiber while you eat in your lunch, or you actually eat in your food in the program, right? So the answer is, take it all the time. Every time you eat something, try to introduce a fiber element into it. I would, what I normally do is I use the dietary fruit juice, okay, to help me through the day without necessarily eating anything that is going to increase my weight. And so I split it, and I eat in the morning. I'll take at least one or two, but I split it in half. So I take a smaller amount, half the dose, if you want, half the serving of the dietary fruit juice early in the morning, and then the other one around 10 o'clock. Or you can take the whole serving of the dietary fruit juice at once, okay? But every time that I have, lunch, I try to introduce a fiber element. So my advice is, do it regularly, consistently, and every time you can eat something, try to eat something with fiber, okay?
Okay, so Dr. Fernando, the second question is coming. Okay, he already asked. So is it means that, so you suggest that we take the fiber every day, yeah? Is it means take the fiber as much as we can will benefit to our body, or is it have any limitation? Yeah, because his concern is about maybe if we take too much fiber, is it will have any side effect?
I've never seen fiber causing side effects, right? Because you're not going to consume massive amount of food, so the amount of fiber in the food these days is very small. And then for you to consume so much fiber, you will have to take some extra steps, right? In other words, you'll have to take some powder. Psyllium husk can take that. Psyllium husk, right? It's like a fiber. You have to take lots and lots of it, which can actually create much bigger bulk on your feces, on your poo. And then it might cause difficulties for you. But I have never seen any side effects as such, okay? Now, some people experience changes because when you take fiber, you change, remember what I said to you before, the fiber will change the bacteria in your gut, okay? It will bring you from a bad system to a good system. Okay, it will. And so I think that as quite normal, some people develop discomfort because they're actually changing the gastrointestinal system. So what I advise them to do normally, although the symptoms change from person to person, right? This can be avoided by doing this gradually. So if you're going to change your diet program and so on, do it gradually, slowly. Don't do it too fast. Okay, you can stage it in. So as I said to you before, you can take dietary fruit juice and take one serving, but you can take half serving now and then half a serving in half an hour, right? So that you give time to the fiber to settle in and to be processed. And so the change is actually smooth and slow. And you need to drink a lot of water as well, okay? Because water is essential for this process and for the elimination of waste. It's very, very important. So the answer is not, I don't see any possibilities of significant side effects. There's no recognized side effects of the consumption of fiber. It's considered to be totally safe. But if you eat too much, it's like anything else, right? If you eat too much fish, you're going to become very itchy, right? If you eat too much fruit, okay, you're going to become, your sugar is going to be too high. If you drink too much water, you're going to feel sick. So if you eat too much fiber, try not to eat too much fiber, but you need to eat enough fiber to allow you to have a normal health. So I don't see that being a problem, but if you have discomfort when you take fiber and you take this product, it's because you're changing your intestinal system. You're changing the type of bacteria that are growing. You're changing the relationships and the ratio between good and bad bacteria. And there might be some discomfort, but if you do it slowly with plenty of water, it should be okay. You will not see a great deal of problems in there. Okay, next question.
Okay. Thank you, Doctor. So the next question, okay, is for other audience. It's so lovely. This audience asks us whether the pets in family, for example, the dog and cat, can take ISO.
Well, that's the interesting question. The cats and dogs can eat. Now, let me just tell you, I have had cats and dogs. And then I have to tell you this. Have you ever seen a cat eating? Now, cat can eat rotten flesh, and a dog will actually try to dig out dead animals to eat them as well. And the cats love rotting food, food that is off, has been rotting for a few days. They like it. Now, having said that, I cannot imagine that dietary fruit juice will be harmful to them because of this, but we don't have a pet formulation, okay? So we cannot give you recommendations, say, yes, it's gonna be good for your pet, your cat and your dog. And I'll tell you why, because there are many things we don't know about cats and dogs. And I discovered by mistake that chocolate is very toxic to dogs, for example, right? Now we will tend to think chocolate is wonderful and then we all like it, okay? We all enjoy it, we want to eat more. This should be good for our pets, right? Now, certainly, obviously that is not, because I have had experience of dogs eating chocolate becoming very sick, right? So I cannot recommend for you to give to your pets, but like anything else, you can use a little bit of it, but my recommendation is that it's really designed for humans at the moment, right? I'm not sure, I don't see anything in there in this formulation that could affect animals, but I don't have all the information, so I cannot recommend it for you, right? Check with your vet. The best thing to do is check with your vet for their advice, and so that if anything happens, then you have their support, right? But in Indonesia, for example, the pets, they eat everything the humans eat, right? Everything, absolutely everything. They love chili food, right? Pedas, makan pedas, they love it, right? I cannot eat it like that, but they like it. And they eat everything that the humans eat. Now in Australia, the same thing. So the animals, I'll tell you the truth, in Australia, they eat absolutely everything that humans eat, and maybe more. And because of that, the dogs in Australia are becoming very fat, very big, and very sick, right? They develop arthritis when before you never see arthritis in a dog, right? Simply because they eat our food. So our normal food, right? So I'll say again, just be careful, seek your advice from your vet, and then see how it goes. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So it's really interesting question. So if you have any more question, please just leave message in our live chat. And also, if you only can write Bahasa Indonesia, no problem. We will have the colleague to help to interpretation, yeah, for this. Okay, and okay, let me see some of our audience. Yeah, thank you so much, our audience. You already joined the whole sessions of our training. So may I invite? Oh, okay, I saw that. Miss Teresia Tristin. Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Hello, Boo.
Thank you, Mr. Alexis. Dr. Fernando, thank you so much.
That's all right. My pleasure. Nice to have you here tonight.
Very, give me a lot of knowledge today. So I respect more my digestive system tonight.
Very good. That's excellent. And there is more to come. There's a lot more information. We are just scratching the surface, as we say, right?
Thank you so much. Now, I just want to ask one question. I already been taking ISO, both the juice and the milkshake. Okay, now it already about 3 months, and
okay.
now in the maintenance period. In the maintenance, I only take one time the milk, and then 2 times the fruity juice.
Right.
The question is, in order to get a healthy digestive system and function that you mentioned earlier,
yes,
when is the best time to take the milkshake?
Well,
is it morning or night?
Well, the milkshake, you remember this, that the milkshake is designed to substitute at least one meal, okay? So the best time is, now I don't want you to take your regular meal plus the milkshake on top, right?
No need to have meal and milkshake at the same time.
That's right, because remember that the dietary fruit juice does something different, right? It's there to increase your energy, detoxification, give you the good fiber. But the dietary milkshake is there to help you to substitute, right? To eliminate one meal. Now, that's very important. For the long term, we cannot eat the way we normally eat, right? We have to reduce calories. Now, the maintenance program is about reducing calories, not as much as the 14-day program, but consistently reducing it from our normal diet. In other words, we are looking at 1,500 calories to around 2,000 calories, right? And then, so you should try to substitute a meal with a dietary milkshake. That's always a good practice. So in other words, you take it at lunchtime, it could be lunchtime or dinner, right? So you have breakfast and dinner, okay. And then lunchtime, you take dietary milkshake, right? So we still have to reduce calories in maintenance. We cannot continue to take 2,500 or 3,000 calories like we normally do, right? Because otherwise we cannot maintain our health, we cannot maintain our weight. So I would suggest that if you have big breakfast, right? And you want to stop breakfast, I would use dietary fruit juice. And then if you want to stop your lunch or dinner, then you use for breakfast, you use the dietary fruit juice, and for lunch and dinner, you use dietary milkshake, right? So those will be the best times. Now, I don't want you to take the dietary milkshake as in addition to the same food that you eat every day, right? You have to reduce what you eat a certain amount, not as much as when you did a 14-day program, but certainly you have to reduce the calories, right? Is that clear?
Yes, thank you, Dr. Fernando.
Okay, very good.
Actually, I can take any time during the day.
Yes.
During my meal time.
You can take it during the mealtime. Correct. Exactly. You can take any time during the day as long as you're trying to substitute some form of food. You can even reduce your lunch, right? So that if you normally eat a full lunch, you can reduce it, right, to a little bit of food plus dietary milkshake. But I don't want you to take a full meal and a dietary milkshake, right?
Okay, thank you. Noted.
Okay. Thank you. And you look great also. So obviously the program is working for you well.
Thank you.
Very good.
Okay, thank you, Bu Tricia. And the second, okay, let's see. The second question, Miss Danti Rehani. Hello, Bu.
Hello, Dr. Fernando.
Hey, Danti, how are you?
Okay, I'm fine, thank you.
Nice to see you here. Go ahead.
You know, as women, we need healthy skin.
Yes.
Yeah. I am of above 50. Do you think I still need to consume collagen supplement
Well,
after I consume isomil?
look, my thinking is, that's a very interesting question. Do we need collagen supplements? Now, to be honest with you, what is collagen? Collagen is a protein, right? So what you're getting when you eat collagen is nothing, is not a magic, and it's not an amazing ingredient. It's simply a source of protein, okay? Now, I'm saying that sometimes collagen can help people because they have very bad protein, right? But if you take a good source of protein like we have in iSolution, then essentially you don't need to continue taking more protein because you already have the protein in there, right? We have a good level of good quality protein, which is basically the same or better than collagen, right? So just remember this, collagen is not a magic product. Collagen is a good source of protein, right? It's simply what it does. And then you can get the same protein from other sources. So collagen doesn't have anything unique in it. The amino acids that are in collagen are the same amino acids that you find in meat or chicken or fish, right? So we have a good level of quality protein, well controlled, which will give you the same benefits. And we have more of vegetable source proteins, which I find they're better for your digestive system, right? Collagen comes from animals, right? And because it comes from animals, it can come from fish collagen, it can come from cow or lamb or pork, so collagen comes from an animal source. And because of that, it's not the best source of protein the quality of the protein is not the best for people who are vegetarians, for example, right? So we have a good source of protein, in majority from vegetable source, from vegetables and plants. So I would say that no, you don't have to. That's my answer, really. You don't have to take collagen, but you can if you want to. But I think you already have the protein in the iSolution program. Okay. Okay.
Hello, then.
Thank you, Dr. Fernando. Thank you, Mr. Lexus.
Okay. Thank you, Bu Danti. And okay, let me check next one, the coming one. Coming one. Our audience is in Bahasa Indonesia, can speak Bahasa Indonesia, but our colleague will help for the interpretation. Okay, so next one, Miss Lenny. Hello, Bu. Hello, Bu.
Halo, Mr. Lexus.
Hi, Lenny.
Hello, Bu. Hello, Bu.
Halo, Dr. Fernando.
Very good. Apa kabar?
I'm great.
Good.
Saya pakai bahasa Indonesia ya.
Mhm.
I would like to speak
Okay.
as a bahasa Indonesia.
Oke, Dr. Fernando, saya menggunakan
Oke, Dr.
ISO
Fernando. I'm using ISO
sejak Agustus
since August
ya sampai sekarang ya untuk maintenance. Nah,
until now for the maintenance.
Good.
oke. Pertanyaannya adalah gini, saya kan sudah terbiasa puasa ya.
The
Jadi saya
question is,
puasa
basically
makan
I
malam,
always fasting
nanti makan enggak.
and
Jadi
only
sarapan saya
dinner.
cuman alfa meta doang.
and my breakfast only alpha meta.
Saya jam 1 siang atau jam 1 atau jam 2 itu baru makan siang
And then
gitu
in
ya.
1 p.m. or 2 p.m. and then I take lunch.
Okay.
Oke, nah pertanyaannya adalah
The question is,
jika saya olahraga, kan saya olahraga kan bisa hampir
if
tiap
I
hari ya
doing
saya olahraga ya.
exercise and
Nah,
every day I
apakah
always exercise,
jadi saya
whether-
menggunakan 2 saset protein pada saat sebelum atau setelah olahraga?
whether I used to sachet before exercise or after exercise.
Karena malam itu saya jarang makan juga.
Because in the night I seldom to have a dinner.
Right. So after exercise, takes 2 sachets of dietary milkshake. Is that the question?
Ya, ya.
2 sachets
Yeah.
of dietary milkshake. Yeah.
Yes, doctor.
Yeah. So okay. So you can take the sagel before exercise or after exercise, but my advice is that you take a dietary milkshake after exercise. Now, if you do it before exercise, you should do it immediately before exercise. In other words, no less than 5 minutes before exercise, right? So 5 minutes before exercise. If you take it 30 minutes before exercise, it's not good. It's not as good. So better is in the beginning of exercise or after exercise. You get the best results. Okay?
2 saset oke ya?
Yeah, it's okay. Okay, no problem. 2 saja is fine, especially if you exercise, because you need protein buildup, right? You need more nutrition, and you know, it's a good source of protein. It's a good source of fiber, and it will and nutrition, so it will be okay for you. Yeah, no problem, no problem. Okay.
Oke.
Ada lagi
Alright.
Bu Lani?
One more.
One more, Dr.
Yes.
Fernando.
Yeah.
Please.
Oke. Jadi saya 2 bulan kebelakangan ini
So 2 months previously,
Yeah.
saya minum fruity juice-nya itu malam. Jadi
I
3
always
jam
drink
sebelum
iso
saya
fruity juice
tidur
every
atau
night.
4 jam sebelum saya tidur.
before
Apakah
2
itu
hours
okay?
or before 4 hours before I take sleep. Whether is okay?
So can you repeat again the translation? So she, in the last 2 months, she takes,
Iso fruity juice.
yeah,
Yeah, she took iso fruity juice during at night. And
yes,
before 2 hours take a sleep or before 4 hours take a sleep, she always drink the iso fruity juice. Whether okay?
yeah, that's good. That's okay. Now, before going to sleep, now, what time does she go to sleep? What time?
Jam berapa Bu tidurnya Bu?
Saya tidur sekitar jam 12-an.
Oh, she always take a sleep at 12 at the night.
12 midnight. That's
Yes.
very late for sleeping, yeah? So I would say that I suggest to everybody to try to stop eating or drinking at least 3 hours before sleep, yeah? So that by 9 p.m., right? No more food, only water, okay? So, but if she said that she takes the fruit juice 2 to 4 hours before.
Yes.
going to sleep. So I think it's quite okay. I think it's
3 jam.
3 jam. Yeah, 3 jam is okay. It's good because that means 9 p.m. right? You stop. You take the last dietary fruit juice. Yeah, so that's good. That's no problem. I think that's a good time. Don't take. I say to people, don't take anything at night, right? Like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. you get up, you're hungry, and you take something, right? So don't eat at night. But before sleep, yeah, don't eat at night because many people do that. They get up and they're hungry, right? They want to eat, so they eat and they drink things in the middle of the night. That's not a good idea. But 3 hours before Tiga Jam is good, perfect. Not a problem. Okay. Next question.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Fernando.
Thank you, Des. Thank you.
Thank you, Wu. Thank you, Ricky, for the help.
You're welcome.
The presentation.
Thank you.
And Dr. Fernando, do you mind one more question? One
That's
last
okay.
question tonight.
Go ahead.
Because the audience is not, the connection is not good, so he leave a message to me, especially I want to ask to you.
Okay.
It's about for those who have lactose intolerant. I think before you already answered this question, right?
Yeah.
But maybe this audience missed that sharing. So
Okay.
is it okay for them to drink the ISO, the protein? Yeah, the protein inside the product. Is it okay to drink ISO?
Yeah, I think it is okay, but because remember we have some protein in there that comes from dairy product, dairy milk, right? So, but I don't believe that you'll find a lot of lactose in a product. So, but in any case, just to be sure, you take the product and do it slowly, okay? So you try to take small dose of dietary milkshake or dietary fruit juice, and then see if you find any symptoms like that. But I feel that there shouldn't be any problems, but you have to, if you are really lactose intolerant and you are suffer from the symptoms of lactose intolerance, just be careful with everything that you eat, right? Not just with dietary fruit juice, not just with the dietary milkshake. You have to be careful with everything because you don't know where lactose is, okay? You don't really know. So I would say that, try it, but try it carefully. Make sure that that you don't react to the product if you do it slowly. That's the best way to do it, right?
Okay. Thank you, Doctor. I think our audience are already have this information. I will also specially quote and pass to her.
Yes.
Okay. Then because the time limitation, so today our question session will be ended. Thank you, Dr. Fernando, for this
Pleasure.
part, and also
Thank you.
Don't worry, everyone. We still have some questions which we did not answer. No problem. We will take down, and also we will share to our product center and also Dr. Fernando. Then later on, they will help to give the answer to our branches. Then, in case we have some questions still not answer, just contact our branches for this. Will be okay. So please just contact our branches. And also coming, it's very important information for you. Okay, so let me share in the screen. Okay, so for last sharing, I already mentioned last week is the isolation anti-aging healthy lifestyle challenge run 3. Okay, already finished, ended, but please remember to send the video link on the social media. Okay, collect it and also send back to our branches. Then you will have the opportunity to join our challenge and have opportunity to win the cash reward and the free product. Okay, so 2 ways you can submit your information. The first is start to contact our branches for the information collection form. Then you fill in the form and also copy the link here, and then submit to our branches. Then our branches will help to check, and also you will have the chance for our challenge in case all the video fulfill our requirement. Okay, so please just do it. Okay, and the second, if you don't have time to fill in the form or to contact our branches, no worry, just log in this website page. Okay, dist.bizworld.com, then collecting info, then you will see this page and just fill in your distributor ID and also to copy the link here to click submit. Okay, I think you have a lot of video here, not only 3, right? Just click to add more. And also we have the Bahasa Indonesia and also all kinds of language here. Okay, you can just select and to submit your information. That will be faster. So choose either one way to submit your data. Okay, one way will be okay, no double work. Okay. And the second is also very important. Our isolation challenge already finished run 3. No worry. Now we will have a new contest here. It's the isolation redefined age contest. So this contest is starting from 17 December to the end of coming January. So you have 1.5 month time to join this contest. So how to join? It's very easy. Just take video or photo for your body transformation. Okay, what is it? What is it about? It's about your body transformation before and after you take ISO. From this sharing, I think a lot of you, our audience, already tried isolation from the very beginning. For example, Ibu, just now she already started the isolation program on August after we launched this product in Indonesia. So you have a lot of information about your body transfer. No worry, just take a video or take the photo according to our requirement. Okay, detail, please contact our branches. And then after that, you just share this testimonial to the social media. Okay, one video or one photo will be okay. Okay, after that, after the contest time, just share back this link to our branches. Later on, we will also have the collection form and also have the website for you to submit this information. Then you will have the chance to win cash reward and travel reward fund. Okay, so I think you're already waiting for so long. So this is a good opportunity for you to show your difference after take ISO and also to enjoy more. Okay, so this is very important for you. Please share this information to your family and your friend. If anyone already have the ISO and now you have the result, just join our contest to share more and to enjoy more. Okay, so this is the important message. Please also follow our bizworld.com and also follow our Facebook account, our Instagram account, our Twitter account, and also the YouTube channel to know more about this. Okay, any question, contact our branches. Okay, so this is not all the information I share with you today. And in the coming week, okay, because this is the end of the year, so we will also invite Dr. Fernando to continue to share you more information. And in the coming weeks, the topic is very, very important for you in the new year, because I believe all of you will have a planning for the coming 2022, right? So next week sharing is about how to have a new you in 2022. Okay, so very important. Dr. Fernando will share you more tips about how to achieve your new target. Okay, just keep going in the coming year. Okay, don't miss it. And also please share all this information to your friend and loved one to join the next very, very important sharing from Dr. Fernando. Okay, so now please open your mind and also say thank you to Dr. Fernando.
Thank you, Dr. Fernando.
Thank you, Mr. Rektor. Thank you, Pak Riki.
Fernando.
Thank you, Pak Riki.
Mas Pak Riki.
Dosen.
Thank you semuanya.
Semuanya, bye.
Thank you everyone. Also take care and bye. Remember to join the coming week.
See you next Monday.
Bye, Pak Riki. nih.
Bye-bye, Ibu.
Thank you and
Terima kasih.
goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you and
goodbye.
Dr. Fernando.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
Lexus. Bye, Dr.
Bye-bye.
Fernando.
Bye-bye.
Bye, bye, bye.